Alright guys, so we're going to look at your homework from Tuesday night. I think I've got my computer working, so we're going to talk about this and see if we can't go over it together. Hopefully going over this will also help you on the packet that you're supposed to finish. So, just want to say I miss you guys and hope to see you soon. Alright, here we go. So here is the questions that you had to do the other day, and I've given you the answers so you can kind of quickly check. If you have gotten these right, you can skip through to the question that maybe you missed, okay? But I'm going to go ahead and start working with number 13. If you didn't do it, get out your colored pen and do it with me. If you did it and you missed it, then I need you to do it with me in your colored pen. All right. So here we go. If you'll notice here, if we look at this, then we have 16 and 8 and 10 and 6. So if I go through my questions, I'm not going to say these every time, but remember their question is, does anything cancel as it is? The answer is no to that. Does just changing a sign help me? The answer is no to that one. So I'm going to look, can I get an 8 to a 16 or a 6 to a 10? And the answer to that is yes, I can get 8 to 16 by multiplying by 2. So I'm going to do that. Alright, so here we go. So 16x minus 10y, which is not right. Oh yeah, oh sorry, I'm writing the first one, sorry. And then, so the bottom is going to be now negative 16x minus 12y equals 12. Alright, so if we look at this, that does what we want it to do. The 16x is going to cancel, and then we're going to say that's negative 22y, and then this is going to be negative, or positive 22. So we're going to divide by negative 22, and we're going to get x to equal y to equal negative 1. Alright, so we have y equals negative 1. I know that you see the answer, but let's go over how to do that. So then, if we substitute in the y as negative 1, this is what the equation will look like. So we multiply negative 6 times negative 1, and we get positive 6. We're going to move that 6 over, and we're going to get negative 8x equals 0. And we know that 0 divided by anything is 0. So there's x equals 0 and y equals negative 1. Alright, so we get there. Pause and rewind if you missed something, and you can see there's the answer. Alright, so the next question then is 14. Same questions. We're going to say, does anything cancel as it is? No. Does just changing a sign help me? No. So then therefore, can I get a 6 to an 8 or a 7 to a 14? And the answer is that I can get a 7 to a 14. Now I want you to notice that the 14 and the 7 are already opposite signs, so I don't have to worry about multiplying by a negative. So I'm going to multiply by 2. So here's my top equation. And then when I multiply this by negative 2, I get negative 12x minus 14y equals negative 20. And then, of course, the negative 14's cancel. And we get negative 4x equals negative 16. We are going to divide by negative 4, and we get x to be 4. Okay. So then, 8 times 4 plus 4y equals 4. And then 32 plus 4y equals 4. And then, so now we're going to move the 32 over and make it negative. So 4y equals negative 32. And then divide by 14. And y will be negative 2. Alright, again, if you didn't get that, you can pause it and look over that. So let's go to the next one. All right, giving myself some room here. All right, so if you'll notice here, we're going to multiply by -4. Now, the reason we're going to multiply by -4 is we're going to make that 1 a 4. Could you have chosen to make the 5 a 15? Yes, you could have. I just saw that first. So, but what I do notice is that the 4 and the 1x, the 4x and the 1x are both the same sign. So that lets me know that I'm going to have to multiply by a negative number. So here we go. We're going to write the first equation. And then, so we're going to multiply, that's going to make that positive 4x minus 20y equals a positive 52. Negative 35y equals 35. Be careful with signs right there. We're going to divide by negative 35, and y is going to be -1. So we're going to substitute that in. I'll choose the one in the middle there. So making sure that we plug that in for y. So negative x minus 5 equals -13. We're going to move that over. So negative x will equal -8, which is dividing by -1, and so x will equal 8. So pause it again if you need to. All right, so here we go with number 16. So here again, I'm going to multiply by -4 because they are the same sign. I need to change it. So 4x plus 28y equals -56. Negative 4x minus 14y equals 28. All right, so look at that real close to see where I got that. Again, -1x and -4x are the same sign, so that let me know I need to multiply by a negative. Okay, so that goes away, and I have 14y equals -28. I'm going to divide by 14, and y equals -2. There we go. Now, we're going to put that back in. So negative 4x minus 14 times -2 equals 28. So negative 4x plus 28 equals 28. Move that over. And we get negative 4x equals 0. So then anything, 0 divided by anything is 0. Alright. Here we go. So then 17. Now, I wrote both here because if you look at this, you can see that I can't change a sign. That nothing cancels as it is, so that lets me know I'm looking for both. So I have a choice. I can get 7 and 4 to 28, or I can get 8 and 9 to 72. I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to 28. So here we go. I need to multiply both of them to get to 28. So I'm going to multiply the top one by 4. And the bottom one by 7. Now, what you're going to notice here is that 4 times -7 is -28, and 7 times -4 is -28. That leaves them the same sign. So I've got to make one of these a negative, and so I'm going to make the 7 negative. You could choose the top one if you wanted. You'll end up with the right answer still. Okay, so do both of those multiplication here. And then, so you'll notice here that the 28s cancel out. And then you are left with negative 95y equals 190. And then when you divide that, then you get -2. So then we're going to plug in that -2 here. Negative 7x plus 16 equals 9. Minus 16, negative 7x equals -7. And you can see here when you divide by -7, then you're going to get 1. So these are the hardest types because you have to multiply both of those equations. So you're looking to get to the same number with opposite signs. So in my mind, I think about getting to the same number first, and then I ask myself, do I need to make one of them negative? And then we go from there. Alright, I'm not going to do 18 because we did that one in class the other day as your example. So we are going to move on to slide 2. So here we go again. I'm going to multiply both of these. Now, I could have chosen to get 4 and 10 to 20 or 40. What I saw right offhand was that 7 and 12 would go to 14. So if I, or 7 and 2, I'm sorry. So if I look at 7 and 2, one's positive and one's negative. So I'm fine with multiplying just by 7 and 2. So I'm going to multiply these. I think you're getting the picture, so I'm not going to talk as much. Just kind of work it out here. And if you need to pause the video, you can. So you'll see here that the 14s cancel, and then I add those together and get negative 48, and then positive 48, and so that gives me negative 1. So take a minute and look at that. I'm going to substitute that negative 1 in for x. Make sure that this time it goes in for x. So then positive 4 minus 2y equals 14. And then I'm going to move that 4 over. And it's going to be negative 2y equals 10. Divide by negative 2. And y equals negative 5. Again, pause if you need to. Alright, here we go with 20. Again, it's one that I'm going to have to do for both because I have a 3 and a 5 and a 2 and a 5. Changing the sign won't help me, so I need to multiply both. You have the choice to get 3 and 5 to 15 or 2 and 5 to 10. I'm going with the 2 and 5. Now, again, notice that they're both the same signs. The 2 and the 5 are both negative, so I need to make one of the things that I multiply by negative, and I chose the 2. So 15x minus 30y equals 30. Or 30, I'm sorry. 10y equals 10. There we go. And then 5x equals negative 10. Alright, and then we're going to divide by 5. And x equals negative 2. We're going to substitute that negative 2 back in for x. And then negative 6 minus 2y equals 2. We'll move that 6 on over. So negative 2y equals 8. And divide by negative 2. And y equals 4. Negative 4. So again, pause this if you need to. Alright, 21. So again, it's a both equation. So I have the choice of putting 5 and 3 to 15 or 4 and 6 to 24. I'm choosing the 5 and 3. They're the same sign, so that means I need to change one of them. So I'm going to make the 3 negative. You could make the 5 negative and still be okay. So negative 15x minus 12y equals a positive 42. 15x plus 30y equals 30. So those cancel, eliminate. So then you have 18y equals 72. Divide by 18, and y is 4. So I'm going to substitute that y back in. So 5x 4 times 4. 4y, make sure you're putting those back in for y. 5x plus 16 equals negative 14. And I forgot the negative there. Okay. And so 5x equals negative 30. Divide by 5. And x equals negative 6. Again, pause if you need to. Alright, the last one that I'm going to do with you is this special situation over here. You can see it's infinite, but I want you to understand why it's infinite. So we're going to erase this here, so give me room. Alright, again, we got to multiply both. I've got 2 and 5 to 10. I could get 8 and 20 to 40. I'm going with the 2 and 5. They're already opposite signs, so I can just multiply them by both positive numbers. So 10x plus 40y equals 30. The bottom one then becomes negative 10x minus 40y minus 30. And so you'll see here that the 10 and negative 10 cancel. the 40 and negative 40 cancel, and the 30 and negative 30 cancel. So this tells us that they're really the same line. So you get 0 equals 0 on both sides, and just like it always has been, when you have this, then it's infinite. Okay, so I'm not going to do 23 and 24. They are bonus. You can see the answers there. Pay attention that those are out of order, so you've got to switch them around and make them in the right order. So I hope this helps you. I hope this helps you on your packet. If you get stuck on your packet and you need to look at one, that's fine. I have gotten an email with some of you. The substitute does have the answer key. So if you want her to check one for you, just tell her it's in the orange folder, and I've left it so that she can check it to tell you if you're right. There are no decimals in that packet. So I hope that helps you. You have all day Thursday to work on it. And if you have Friday, time Friday, I will take it on Monday. So you basically have had Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to do this packet. So we will check it on Monday. So like I said, I miss you guys. Hope to see some of you at the game on Friday, as I will be driving back from Nashville to see the game. So I'm excited. So I'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.